get started, I just wanted to take a second to say thank you for taking the time to sit down with us. We've actually been watching you since your YouTube days, and it's been really inspiring to see you grow.
So we'll start from the beginning. What made you upload your first YouTube video, and can you describe how it felt putting yourself out there for the first time?
It wasn't a thing where I was like, yep, I want to be famous on YouTube. It was more of a way to share videos of like my songs and my covers with like family and friends, and it was also, I was just kind of using all the platforms that were available to me as well. So I was using that. I used the BBC Introducing Uploader, which was amazing as well. And for me, I really loved the audience and the kind of reaction and how much I learnt from putting up my songs into a community like on YouTube. But I think the combination of that and BBC Introducing was amazing because they use BBC resources to kind of give artists a push. And I didn't want to be a YouTube artist. I did want to be a commercial artist, but I didn't want to dismiss the fact that it was an amazing platform either. So the two of them that were really amazing as a combination.
What was the first song that you learned on guitar?
Ooh. I'm trying to remember now. I can't remember the exact song. I definitely remember like learning chords and stuff. I'm not really a great guitar player. I definitely started piano more. I think it was Ben by Mark Jackson. My dad was like, "You learn Ben," and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna try." I think that was definitely the first song I remember learning. And then on guitar I was just learning chords.
What is your songwriting process like? Like, do you like writing alone or with others?
Both. I love to write alone, and when I write alone, it's quite insular, obviously, because I'm alone, and very kind of not really. There's no routine, so usually if I'm writing alone, I don't plan that I'm going to write alone. I'm not like, okay, tomorrow I'm writing. I kind of just write, and it might just be like after dinner I sit at the piano or something like that. Whereas when I write with others, obviously we plan to meet up, and it's kind of different. I mean, I really love writing with producers, and we kind of go and get a track going and we kind of write that way. But when I'm writing alone, it's much more, I sit at the piano, and it definitely, I kind of think when I strip everything away, I want my songs to all sound like they're from the same batch anyway. But there's loads of different ways I kind of do it. And when I'm alone, it's usually chord and lyric, and it's very traditional, very singer-songwriter. And then when I'm working, like I have a friend called Pete, and he's a really amazing producer, and we'll come up with something together and we'll be on the instruments, and it'll be much more of an experiment than when I just sit down and do it in that way.
How many songs do you think you've written up until this point? Because you started really young, like 17, right? Or
yeah. My manager has. I mean, this was probably not including everything I've written, but everything I've recorded that I've written. My manager has a big old iTunes playlist of what there's like 400 or 500 songs on it. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and some of them are just like things I'd written. I'd be like, I never want to hear it again. So I don't love all of them, but there's hundreds.
Wow.
Yeah, so many.
You must be writing like all the time.
Yeah. Like I definitely when I'm not touring, I spend my time writing.
Do you get inspired on tour and like write a song there, or?
Rarely, actually. Yeah, I try and just sleep. But like really, when I'm on tour, though, I like kind of soak it up and then I go back and then I write about it. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like playing a gig, I'm done with music for this until like the next time. But yeah, I definitely I get a lot of inspiration from traveling, and then I kind of feel like I soak it up and then go back and then write about it. But I don't really feel like I write about it at the time when I'm touring. Yeah.
Sleep is key on tour.
Okay.
I love it.
Sleep and eating and resting. Because you got to build up your energy.
Three favorite things. I get sick so easily as well. So I can't. I'm just not one of those people who can go out after I play and just go on a mad one. I can't do it.
I imagine tour like play your concert and then go crazy afterwards. Wake up the next day, do it all over again. But that's not realistic.
No.
When you first started out, you had a more singer-songwriter acoustic sound. How would you say your sound has developed and transitioned over time?
I would say I've got more confident at experimenting and using different sounds. I think there's sounds that I've always wanted to use, but I felt like I've had to constantly have guitar glued to me. Right. I don't really feel like I have to do that. So when I kind of, like I said, when I want my songs to be actual songs, and I care about songs. So if I was to strip everything down, and like, if you're coming to the show, you'll see I'm playing on my own. So I would love that when everything is stripped and I'm playing on a guitar or a piano, they sound like they're from the same batch because they're my songs. But I feel now, especially, that instead of trying to cram an acoustic guitar and everything, I've produced my songs in the way that I believe that they deserve to be produced to bring out the best in them. And I'm not really scared to push production anymore. So I think that's how it's developed. I've just been a bit more confident with sounds.
I love seeing like how like the music video and the fully produced version, and then I see you also do like a breakdown version of like, and I love hearing the cool difference. I like them both separately.
No, yeah, you found like a really good balance between pop and singer-songwriter. What's your favorite thing about being out on the road?
I mean, like, there's so many cities I'm going to, like, even on this run that I'd never go to otherwise, and I think that's kind of it for me, like, just seeing new places, yeah.
Do you have any pre-show rituals?
I warm up every time, like, really weird noises, like, I guess you guys would as well, right? You just, like, just like, weird noises.
Can we hear some?
Yeah, I mean, my warm down after the show is, like, is my favourite one.
You do warm down?
Yeah, and so I try and bring my voice back down to speaking. And, like, it's, you know, like in cartoons where, like, something falls off a cliff. And it's like, and you just sit there and, like, go from as high as you can to as low as you can. And that's my favourite one. And then I do it the other way around when I'm warming up. Yeah.
I mean, you need to. We were trying to sing some of your songs in the car on the way here, you know, get hyped up. You sing pretty high, like, your range is on the higher end.
Incredible.
I have to, like, warm up to get up there, though. You do? Yeah, I couldn't do it right now.
That's not normal. She has to try just as much as we all do.
Can you tell us about some of your upcoming projects?
Yeah, so I'm trying to write an album, and I was about halfway through, and then I came out to tour. So I'm just writing an album basically, and it's I guess it's nearly written, and I'm going to go home and start production, and I hope to actually get artwork done before I go home from this tour. So yeah, it's exciting. I feel like it's coming together now, and like themes are starting to emerge, and I'm starting to know what I'm doing.
Now, is it going to sound similar to what you've been releasing, or is it going to be a little different?
I think maybe along the same train. I think, yeah, I would say so.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, there's something about it that's kind of old as well, and kind of has a nod to my first album, but definitely feels like my newer releases as well. So, yeah,
I can't wait to hear it. If you could collaborate with any artist, who would it be?
Ooh, Beck, probably. I think that'd be I'd love to work with him.
If you were in charge of building a lineup for a festival, who would be on the list?
Oh. Like a dream festival lineup. Okay.
Like, how many people can she include?
Let's do like headliners first.
Right.
So let's say on the Beck train, we'll have Beck on the Friday, and on the Saturday we'd have Feist, and then on the Sunday we'd have. I don't know. Who would we have on the Sunday? It would have to be someone where you could sing all the probably Coldplay.
Yeah.
They'll bring so many people out.
Yeah, that'd be a good.
Really
one.
successful show.
Well, they should just join me as the promoter.
What's a fun fact about yourself that your fans wouldn't know about you?
Fans wouldn't. I'm quite open about myself, like on my social medias and stuff, so I don't really have any secrets.
If you weren't pursuing music, what do you think you would be doing?
I would love to work with animals in some kind of way, I think, yeah. I don't know what, I take what I can get, I just,
Maybe someday you can incorporate all that together.
Yeah, maybe I just like play songs to horses or something.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm sure they'd love that.
Lowers anxiety. Like when we sing, our dog just like sits there and he's like the calmest.
Really?
Yeah.
My dogs do that. Well, one of them. The two of them do not care.
Yeah, I mean, our cats are scared of music, so it just depends on the animal.
Yeah.
What do you like to do other than music? Like, do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I love to make stuff. I love painting. I love to use acrylics and do lots of fluid things. That's my favourite thing to do. Yeah.
Very cool. I think we saw some of your doodles. You used to doodle a lot.
I love doodling as well, but that's when I'm procrastinating when I'm doodling. So I try not to, but I never purposely doodle. But I love to paint and I love to cook as well.
Ooh, what's your favorite thing to cook?
Favorite thing? So I'm vegan, so I do a lot of like curries and dals and those kind of things.
Why is your latest EP called Avalon?
So I wrote it about I grew up near Glastonbury, and Avalon is Glastonbury's spiritual name. and I wanted it to be called Avalon, yeah. And I wrote Waking Up Slow about walking up Glastonbury Tor, and that's like right in the middle of the Isle of Avalon, so I decided to call it that, yeah.
What's your favorite song off of this EP?
Waking Up Slow, probably, yeah.
Same.
All right, so we're just going to play a this or that game. You basically have to pick from two things what your favorite thing is.
It's supposed to be like really fast.
I find these really stressful. I'm like,
They are, but like it kind of gives you like the first thing that comes to your head.
First one.
Blurt it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if it's weird.
Guitar or piano?
Piano.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay.
Text or call?
Text. I hate phone calls.
They're awkward.
Acoustic or full band?
Acoustic.
Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram.
Heels or flats?
Flats, kind of heels. Like, I like flats, but I like to be
So
tall.
flat heels? Platforms?
Platforms?
Platforms. Platforms.
Did she just invent a new shoe?
You film this, like, this is...
Matt, new business idea.
Platforms.
Platforms. All right.
I'm going to copyright it.
We'll write that down.
Trademarking it now.
Aprille, write that down. All right. Panic chord or Please Don't Say You Love Me?
Panic chord.
Cooking or baking?
Cooking, I'm a shit baker.
Pandora or Spotify?
Spotify.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Bruce Springsteen or Bob Dylan?
Springsteen.
Oh, I'm evil.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Yeah.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings, I think.
So we always like ending out our interviews asking, what advice would you give other aspiring artists?
I would just say to just completely be yourself, and just the more yourself and weird you are, the less anyone is going to be anything like you. And I think to constantly make that your thing and play up to it. I wouldn't try and be like anybody else in any way, and that would be your unique thing. And just kind of take every opportunity, but also know how to say no.
All my days, we can lay low. Yeah, when we're waking up slow. It's a little bit clearer now. I love it like the sun came out. Oh, we're waking up slow. It's like an out of doubt. I love it like the sun came out. We're waking up like I told ya. Don't look backwards, 'cause now I see you here, nothing else matters. Like I told ya, don't look backwards, 'cause now I see you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see your show. We're going to be
Yeah.
in the audience cheering you on.
Yes.
Sing all the harmonies for me.
Yeah.
I will be yelling from the front.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it.
At night, it's getting clearer every night we pray. Suddenly I know that I'm on my way home to you for the last time. And it's not what you wanted, but I know you've got this and you're gonna be fine. No, I've just been watching the world as it's turning, and that's what it feels like. Suddenly I know that I'm on my way home to you for the last time. Oh, coming home, standing